Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, here to take a 10,000-foot level look at the Giants offense as they head into the offseason of what was an entertaining year nonetheless, and one that saw its share of good moments, especially toward the back end of the season. Starting with the quarterback position, this was supposed to be a season where we would learn a lot about Daniel Jones and if he could be their guy for the future. Up until about week 9, it looked like the Giants were steamrolling toward Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields as Jones struggled mightily in the early half of the season. Now, over the second half, when the offense started to use his ability to run as an asset, he started to stabilize his play and started to have some success. Now, not to overstate that success, as he ended up only throwing 11 touchdown passes in a season where he started 14 games. And he still had a very below average yards per attempt number at 6.6. However, he did finish with 423 yards rushing, and the offense did look better when he was in the lineup. But we still ended the season not having an answer to the big question: is Daniel Jones a franchise guy or not? And while Joe Judge says he is, we'll see if that changes come late April. At the running back position, we know the Giants' season was derailed at the moment. Saquon Barkley went down against the Chicago Bears with an ACL injury, so that changed the dynamic of the backfield and the offense as a whole. One could imagine an offense that utilizes Daniel Jones' ability to run along with Saquon Barkley. Maybe we'll see that next season, but the biggest revelation from this year from the running back position was how much improved Wayne Gallman was at that number 2 spot, because he stepped up big time with some big time games throughout the course of the season. So now you go into 2021, or you go into an all season with your running back field set with both Wayne Gallman as your clear-cut RB2 and a healthy Saquon Barkley as your clear-cut superstar RB1. Looking at the receiver position, and no one went over 1,000 yards, but it doesn't mean they didn't have any production or some signs of growth from within this group. Now, Darius Slayton took a big step forward, I believe, this year. Despite being hamstrung by the quarterback position, he was able to lead the team in receiving yards and also touchdowns, which is a good thing for the second-year player out of Auburn. But you saw a resurgence of Sterling Shepard. He was a valuable option on third down. So you saw Evan Ingram make the Pro Bowl at tight end. Yes, he still has some inconsistencies. He's going to have to really flatline his game moving forward, but you saw some growth and some confidence within this game. Now, Golden Tate may be the odd man out because he finished third in terms of receiving yards. But again, the position, you have to really look at it from a different perspective, seeing that the passing game wasn't there with quarterback consistency, first year in the offense in the pandemic year. But let it be known, the Giants do need a stud at that position. They were able to get some bright spots from guys that they were able to develop thanks in part to wide receiver coach Tyke Tolbert and a great job he does. We saw the emergence of an Austin Mack. Dante Pettis had some bright spots after coming over from San Francisco. His most productive season, albeit a short one, since his rookie year out there by the Bay. So there's some seeds of growth that has been planted there in New York, but they definitely need a bona fide number 1 to help Daniel Jones reach his potential. Where we saw the biggest growth offensively for the Giants this year was along the offensive line. They did a great job all season long, in my opinion, opening up holes in the run game, protecting both Daniel Jones and Colt McCoy. We saw the growth of 2 rookie tackles in Andrew Thomas, a first-round pick who struggled early but found his footing and became a solid contributor later in the season. We also saw Matt Parrott have a great job in his debut. We saw Cameron Fleming provide good depth and also starting some games. And we saw the development of an interior lineman with Shane Lemieux, another rookie. So all the rookies I thought did a great job. And you also look at Nick Gates starting his first season at center. He was excellent in the middle, signed a new contract extension. That shows you the commitment they've made to Nick Gates. Now, there are going to be some questions at the guard spot. Will Hernandez be back, and how much they're going to continue to invest more in Kevin Zeitler? I thought Zeitler is still a very key cog to this offensive line. Hernandez may be up in the air. They're going to perhaps get Nate Solder back, who opted out of the season due to COVID-19. So the Giants are more stable up front than people give them credit for, and I think that's a testament to what they have been able to build through the draft and through free agency. So I think the offensive line is a significant strength heading into the offseason. Again, the Giants are not that far off offensively. Find a bona fide number 1. Have to answer the question about Daniel Jones, and their running back position will be better because they're going to get back a healthy Saquon Barkley in 2021.